Hello everyone, today we got another about the meat video. This one, I like it. This one, the blind box addiction. Now, I saw the thumbnail. It was like a little troll figurine. I don't know what it is, so hopefully it is good. Now, the ads are back to normal. That's good. Let's get straight into this. Let's go. Shout out Papa Meat.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Coming and sitting down because today we're talking about a newfound obsession here in the world. I feel like probably more so in America right now. You guys may remember a while back when we talked about the absurd Stanley Cup craze, where people were toppling over each other like World War Z zombies to pick up the
World War Z, I love zombie movies where they have like a big zombie fight scene. It's just like, I don't know what it is. I think it's just like, I like watching movies where there's like a very, like, there's less numbers fighting a bigger number of opponents. I love those. Or like it's elite. Like there's a war and there's like elite soldiers going against like untrained peasant soldiers. And they're like fighting. I love watching those type of scenes.
first goddamn cup that's at Target. Remember that? The coffee mugs? Well, this seems to be an everlasting topic of
Didn't they put lead in Stanley Cups?
controversy because it seems like
Maybe it's not an accusation. It's just a question.
every year or so, there's a new product that sends the worst type of people into a frenzy. Whether it's Cabbage Patch Kids, Beanie Babies, Pokemon cards,
Yeah, I think my mom put a
cycle is always a frenzy. Whether it's
Beanie
Cabbage Patch
Babies.
Kids, Beanie Babies,
Haven't these things their value like just dropped, you know? But I think my mom had like a lot of them.
Pokemon cards, the cycle is always the same. And today I want to talk about the most recent
Is that
Beanie
Kanye?
Babies, Pokemon cards.
No, he kind of looks like Kanye, doesn't he?
The cycle is always the
Maybe
same.
it's just
And
the
today I want
beard.
to talk about the most recent example, Labubu.
Labubus. And Facebook this ain't no way.
I think of Laboon from One Piece.
I keep wanting to say Lola Bunny.
Oh my god.
Labubu.
No, I'm glad I wasn't part of the generation of kids that watched Space Jam because, dear God.
Labubus are plush toys with characters inspired by Nordic folklore. Does that sound
I've never seen this, bro. What is this?
enticing?
No.
They may look like any other popular cutesy toy, but what if I told you that it's become a
You
global
look
craze? We're gonna delve into where these things came from and also take a look at
I
how it's
would
turned
get
your
one.
average collector and consumer into a
Okay, this is too
these
much.
things came from, and also take a look at how it's
What is this shirt? I remember this helmet. Nice shirt. It's a
Turned your
nice shirt.
average
Papa Meat, he knows how to dress. That's all I'm saying. This is too much. This is too much.
collector and consumer into a rabid
Now, I had that. This is like a phase. I had that in my FNAF phase where I would like collect a bunch of FNAF. I have a bunch of FNAF plushies and figurines. Like I bought. You remember the FNAF figurines? Yeah, I bought like 5 of them. And you remember how in the sister location one you could like bought like a piece of Enard, however you spell his name. I got the full Enard thing, but I lost. They're kind of falling apart, low-key. His Funtime Freddy, he lost his leg and his right arm, which isn't the one that has Bonbon in it. And I lost a stand, so that sucks.
animals. But first, where did it begin? My boy Kang
Also the Bendy things too, but I never got the Angel Girl.
Leung, an illustrator born in Hong Kong and raised in the Netherlands, created Labubu, as well as other creatures in 2015 as a part of a children's book series. And 4 years later,
It's kind of like the Wild Things, low-key.
he signed a licensing deal
Reminds
with
me of
Pop
it.
Mart, the biggest collectible toy company in China. They focus on selling designer collectible toys that are massively popular with over 450 stores across 30 countries. And this decision turned out to be a massive success. The Forbes reporting that Wang Ning, the CEO of Pop Mart,
Maybe capitalism was a mistake. Because it's crazy, bro. What makes these things so special? Just because they cost so much and people say they're collectibles? Is that what?
Made $1.6 billion
These
within
have
the
no
first
value.
day.
How did they hype this up?
How? Where? How did the Chinese do it?
Cheap labor.
I think it's Jade Dragons. I think it's magic. Also, I feel like that could be racist.
Yeah, Chinese magic? Yeah, that's racist.
No.
I was thinking of the Jackie Chan show where it was like they remember the cartoon show where he would fight with his granddaughter or something like that.
They had the talismans.
Yeah.
Jackie Chan Adventures.
How do we know that's not behind Labubu?
Or did you ever watch Shaolin Showdown?
I saw Shaolin Showdown, all the classics. You know which one I didn't like? Code Lyoko.
Old head.
I'll say it every time.
Because of the women, right?
Well, we don't have to. Which one I didn't
What do you
like?
mean because of the woman?
It became their most popular product instantly, with each new Labubu product flying off the shelves in online stores within a matter of minutes. As they opened up the store in the US, the Pop Mart website and
Yeah, this is a month ago. Oh, so this is like kind of fresh. Anyone else has bombers?
mobile app crashed due
Now, they already have an app.
to the staggering number of customers. And if these products were already a hit, it was the addition of celebrity endorsements that sent them into the goddamn stratosphere. Because in 2023, a line of Labubu called Exciting Macaron was released, and this time with a key ring so they could be attached to people's bags. So you could accessorize your Labubus with your bags. And soon, Labubu
This just feels inconvenient.
so you could accessorize
Is that a Gucci bag too?
your
Oh my God.
Labubu.
This is just inconvenient, bro. How do you sit down without these? Because you're gonna lose one of these, and you're not gonna be like, "Oh, which one did I lose? Did I lose the one with the witch hat?" Like, what do you mean?
With your bags. And soon, Labubu became a fashion statement rather than just a toy. And celebrities like
What do you mean fashion statement, bro? It's just a little plushy bear.
Rihanna, Dua Lipa, Emma Roberts, and Lisa from the band Blackpink. What the fuck is that?
They're so beautiful.
Okay. We're seen showing off their Labubu
Who's the faceless guy, bro?
dolls hanging from their designer bags.
The faceless
It all looks
guy,
so
he's funny.
Kawaii. You think they're? I bet you they think it's
Kawaii Desu, you know?
Japanese and not Chinese. That's why they like it. This is so kawaii. Sumimasen. Hiya. And yeah, they don't realize that's Chinese. I feel like if they knew it was Chinese, they'd be like, this isn't kawaii.
Oh, I bet these people are so pissed about the tariffs.
The tariffs on Labubus? What? Men and women alike started to treat their Labubu like a form of hype
They even got hoodies, bro.
beast
At what
attire,
point
using them
is
to
it
add
too
some
much?
extra flair to the personality and to their outfits, right? Only through Labubu can I be
feel like-
extra flair to the
You're too old to like have this, you know?
personality and to their outfits,
If you have a beard, you shouldn't be collecting things. I'm gonna be real.
right? Only
Especially if are these made for children?
through Labubu can I be cool and hip. Can I look really slender and swag? You ain't see no fat bitches with Labubu. If my fat ass was walking around, my big ass swinging, I had some Labubus on my waistband, that shit would be instantly uncool. No one likes a big guy, even buff or fat. They want a twink.
It looks better on a twink, I'll say that.
It does.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Look way better on a twink. Labubu accessorizes much better on
Yeah, because I'm not. Never
a
mind.
slender
Never mind.
frame, dude. If you can see your rib cage, of course we wouldn't be talking about
Yeah, you want those. What are they called? Never mind. I'm trying to think. What's the people who anorexia dudes? You know,
this if things didn't get out of hand.
it's not funny anymore because it took too long. I'm too dumb. Stupid.
And so let's of course talk about the Labubu business model because it is enticing. I mean, I'm sure we've shown some videos so far of lines and the craze
Oh my god, this is like Black Friday
Business
lines,
model,
bro.
because it is
like when there was a new iPhone.
I mean, I'm sure we've shown some videos so far of lines and the craze of people trying to get into the
This is just can't be that deep.
Labubu store, and even the Labubu Pop
We're
Mart
not in Dallas, bro.
machines, whatever, those read the exact same way as like Pokemon scalpers, where it's like someone behind them being like, can you fucking believe it? They're gonna buy the whole stock.
We gotta find a Pop Mart machine.
Where's the Pop Mart at near me, dude? I better fucking find one soon. I need to get my fix. My family?
Maybe it's only in Asia. No, because they said it was
Where's
in
the Pop Mart at near? They're gonna buy the
Dallas,
exact
right?
same
So
the
it must gotta be
Labubu
in the
store,
States, yeah.
and even the Labubu Pop Mart machine.
Robo Shop. See, those the Powerpuff Girls, and I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. I just know Deadpool. What is this? What's the Labubu? Oh, there's the Labubus. I'm skipping the ad
If it is
here.
for sponsoring this video, encourage
Oh, it's
everyone
a BetterHelp.
working
Isn't
together
this?
to end stigma around mental health. Here at Papa Meat, we're pushing to encourage every
Isn't BetterHelp like bad?
man.
Hey, no, get your bag though. Get your bag, bro. Get your bag. Whatever pays the bills.
Help.com/. Thank you to BetterHelp
I don't believe in therapy, by the way.
for sponsoring receiving one of the various designs that the set comes in. And this lot of
Oh,
blind
is it?
box sets where people have the chance of receiving one of the various designs that the
It was kind of packing.
set comes in. And this lot
Skull bro. What is this? Is I don't know what. It's probably because it's like porcelain doll thing. You know,
lottery
it
element
just
is
looks
common for many
weird.
products sold at Pop
I don't know what this is.
Mart and can be shockingly addicting for
Is this Alice in Wonderland? What? What is? Why are they so sad?
many customers, especially when the sets carry the possibility of revealing a super rare Labubu plush.
No! Shut up!
People are basically saying that, like, because of the blind box
And probably because it costs a lot of money. I get the right reaction.
aspect, there is no difference between like a 78-year-old Chinese guy on a baccarat table versus like a 14-year-old girl trying to buy a Labubu, a secret Labubu
Oh my, $75? Oh my god.
from Pop Mart for her bag.
These better be getting like you better be reselling those, bro.
They're one and the same. They meet in the middle and shake hands.
This is like loot crates.
It's not necessarily loot crates, because loot crates at least were just like, you like Doctor Who? Well, here's some cool Doctor Who stuff. The blind box aspect is just being like, ooh, I
I
hope
never got loot crates when they were popular. I never got one. It was. I wish I got one.
I get this one. I really hope I do. And then when you don't, then
I know Vanos Gaming, they had like a whole animated sketch about them. I remember watching those. I was like, bro, that looks so cool.
it incentivizes you to go back and buy more.
I was thinking more like the CSGO. Those
Oh,
boxes.
yeah. I would say Labubu.
It's crazy. Bro, you could probably make a living just gambling on CSGO.
At least it's something tangible and not just a camo in a game or whatever. And also apparently this blind box model, which is really popular with like soft vinyl
That's horrific. That's horrific.
toys and stuff, where it's like, oh cool, I hope I get this one. Kind of a knick-knack thing in America.
I had that where like you would open up with Lego, the Lego characters where you would try and get Mr. Gold and like the Roblox things. Where you could open up Roblox things, Roblox crates, and if you got like a character, you get like a code and you could get that character in Roblox.
It's been transformed into this like conglomerate of just being like, you should buy as many as possible. I think even Mr. Beast is doing his right now. But there are currently well over 300 different types of Labubus, making it people's life mission to collect every single one. And they've done collaborations with Coca-Cola. One Piece!
Wow.
Uniqlo, and more.
Uniqlo.
Whatever. Pop Mart mimics the same restriction supply methods you see with trading card games, where waves of flashy new
You can't just like scam it. You can't scam. Okay.
products are released only to cut off after a limited time. FOMO, ladies and gentlemen, FOMO! And it's because of this that Labubu has its own for a limited
hold up.
time. FOMO card games,
This.
where waves of
I got this, but like a Charizard one, where I got like a Charizard figure too, but I opened it.
that want to buy products in bulk to resell in the secondhand marketplace for exorbitant prices. If you look at Labubu's, buy
This
products in
typing
bulk to
font.
resell in the secondhand market.
What is this font, bro? What is? Dear God.
Place for exorbitant prices. If you look at Labubus on eBay, you'd probably want to put a gun in your mouth, dude. It's crazy.
Oh my God. There's thousands of dollars.
Many rare products like Labubu X Vans collaboration sit on eBay for a whopping $3,500 for a Labubu
35K
Vans collab.
is crazy.
That's not too bad.
That's horrible. Other older Labubu rarities are listed.
Oh my God.
For even more ridiculous prices for people who are just hoping for
Who's buying this?
an unfortunate addict to come in and be like, I can't control myself, fine, I'll buy it, and then just buy it really quick. When the stock for a product like this becomes
SpongeBob.
limited,
Not
it's only a matter of
Oh God.
time for people to let their base
They look horrific.
instincts kick in. So let's talk about the Labubu chaos. People were scrambling to get their hands on Labubu products to the point where even children were breaking into claw machines
I probably would do something.
to steal them.
I would probably do that if I was younger and was really interested in this.
Others camped out in front of stores, sometimes waiting several hours to make sure that they caught the newest drop.
It literally is the freaking iPhone thing, or like back in the day where nothing was like online, where people would just like sit outside of like a Apple store and just wait.
Before they ran out. And I mean, some of these people not only camping out, but people showing up like, let's just show up an hour before Pop Mart opens or the mall that Pop Mart is in opens, right? And then the line is wrapped around the building 3 times over. Like it looks like a world-eating snake. People sprinting into the mall in our great year of 2025 is insane. I'm sure malls are like, yes. The people at Orange
Labubu is gonna revive malls.
Julius,
We haven't seen this many people in here since the 80s.
the crowds are growing so much that police would have to heavily monitor the store openings to make sure fights didn't break out outside of the Chinese toy shop in the mall. Dude, if I was one of the other Chinese toy shops in the mall, like one of those shops that has like the Kingdom Heart blades and shit, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, I've been here this whole time!
Do you think they're gonna start putting in Labubus?
If the shops in the mall that have like Buddha statues and like Berserk blades and Kingdom Heart blades don't start throwing in Labubus, this is their time to shine. This is the time to make some money, dude.
This is the new gen for real.
Right? Please do it. Do
The
it.
next
I mean,
big
in one
thing.
video, a swarm of cars makes a beeline for the closest mall parking spot by charging straight through it.
Oh, it's like migration. Oh my
Most
lord.
major drops have gone relatively smoothly, but some had to be canceled on the account of the insane customer behavior. Some videos show how chaotic the process is, with ordinary lines breaking up into chaotic sprints and people screaming at line cutters as well as scalpers. And things got worse with Labubu. Big into
Someone's gonna get shot. Someone's gonna get shot.
Energy series drop, which became a record-breaking product on marketplace reseller websites like StockX, which StockX is just a heinous place too, isn't it? StockX is like pretty, if I remember right, it's basically just like hypebeast shit. It's like a reseller's market for hypebeast stuff. I could be wrong.
I thought it was a porn site.
No. At Westfield Century City Mall in Los Angeles, people charged the store at early hours of the morning to get one of the 450 available Big Into Energy blind boxes. Tons of people ignored the store's request to line up in a designated spot like they're fucking 4th graders, and a few people started running, and that created a domino effect that caused the rest of the crowd to chase behind them, worried they missed their chance to get a box themselves, because you see one person running and you're like,
No, it's like that. What's it called? That scene where like St. Patrick's Square massacre scene in that movie.
you just kind of like involuntarily start moving. I'd probably run too.
Yeah, that's literally using war tactics.
I'd also just like, I'd grab somebody by the back of their scalp, rip it out of their hands. I love how relevant Jingle All the Way, that one scene with him with the ball in the store, feels every time. Everything just harkens back to just Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad. Thousands of people piled up around the store, and people began arguing with each other, and things started to get tense, with what seemed like thousands of people impatiently waiting for the store to open. And eventually,
Literally no children. Well, why would someone bring their children, bro? Uh-oh. Whoopsie. But like, you can see there are like 0 kids here, bruh.
Pop
all
Mart for
adults.
Chinese toys! With what seemed like thousands of people impatiently
See, like, maybe
waiting for the
teenagers.
store to open. And eventually, the unruliness was too much for the store to
They brought. Look at
people
that! Look at
impatiently
that!
waiting for the
They
store
brought
to
like a
open. And
beanbag
eventually,
gun,
the
bruh.
unruliness was too much for the store to
Oh my God. It can't be that serious.
handle, and squads of police officers
I'm
had
gonna bring out riot police at this point, bruh.
to be sent out in order to restore order outside of Pop Mart for Chinese toys. Do you think the guy who made it, my boy, I think he's like sitting there with a glass of wine, just like enjoying the chaos? Yes, Labubus. Trying to bring order to this chaos wasn't working, and what started as a line turned into random pockets of people who were just wandering
There's gonna be a riot, or like, I don't know, but like something's gonna happen.
around, hoping they could still get in. And eventually, the manager had to come out. He is seen screaming at the hordes of people about how the event will be canceled if people cannot be orderly or refrain from assaulting other people.
If you touch each other and if you run up here, we will have you removed and we will not sell anything to you today.
Of course, nobody
You're not gonna do shit. I'm gonna be real, bro.
Here, we will
You don't even get. There's no police here, no security guards. Is this your security, bro? What is he gonna do? He kinda. Maybe he will do something.
have you removed and we will not sell anything to you today.
Why is there a random kid? Who's this kid, bro? Get out of here, bro. You're gonna get trampled.
Of course, nobody moves an inch after a speech, and in a close-up video, you can see a woman who apparently has only been with the company for a month being forced to deal with the anger of a giant mob.
God,
That's
bro. You can't get paid enough, bro.
for a month.
Oh my God, this is awful. No, maybe he is security. Maybe he is. This is the same guy. He has the Labubu shirt, so maybe he is.
Being forced to
Imagine this going at like Walmart though.
deal with the
You can't. She deserves a raise, like at least $10,000 raise, bruh.
anger of a giant mob. That's a rough ask on your first 4 weeks of being at a place, right? Go out there and quiet them down.
Yeah, baptism by hell, bruh.
Do you think someone's gonna die at one of these things, or someone's gonna pull out a gun?
I think someone's going to be trampled. We haven't seen one of those since like Black Friday, but I feel like we're due for a trampled death. You know what I mean? You don't even care. You don't give a fuck what you're stepping on. Your eyes are just fixated on Labubu.
Yeah, you're gonna trample the twinks.
Yeah, yeah. All those like hot twinks in there, all those fatties.
Nah, the twinks are buying it on the resale, bruh. We're buying it online.
In the back just being like, you may look good, but we got the poundage on you. Eventually, the entire event was canceled.
Due to you guys not following I got the hiccups. Set forth by the rule, no line out before we are typically canceling. No tickets will be given out. Please support our IG.
Leaving some customers infuriated. Many blame the store for being poorly.
Still reeling from the security, and that aren't very big as this one. This is in addition to now sites line /in rant, bro. What do you
Organized.
God.
Well, they believe
actually Redditors, bro?
that it was a customer's fault for acting like rabid animals. It's obviously the customer's fault. I think I was just like, you guys should have better organized this. It's like we did not
Bro, yeah, exactly. No, who could have expected this, bro? That people would like just beat on each other for the boo-boos.
expect a zombie invasion to flood the store. You know, some frustrated attendees made posts about how
After waiting in line since 3 a.m. Oh my God, bro, what do you? Oh my God. What can you? 3 a.m. Well, it is on a Friday, so who knows? Usually to go kick rocks, and I emailed him and kindly requested they do what is fair and honor the ticketing system. For those who waited, he responded by blaming me and everyone else. The manager tried to gaslight and suggest we didn't follow the rules when we actually followed their expected rules to a T. Exactly as security instructed and informed in a nice, respectful line. Rather than owning up to a poor planning of the release, they blamed the customers and allowed a few bad apples to ruin it for everyone. They could have taken this opportunity rectify the wrong by honoring their proposed ticketing system for those that followed the rules. Instead, they continue to manipulate customers and treat us this way. Sad time to wake up and find a new hobby. We're all being played.
everyone should boycott Labubu for manipulating customers, which was met with people telling
Being there at 3 a.m. when they specifically said no camping. The line starts at 6 a.m., not 3. This is why it was canceled. Clown crowd, I should say. Ha, ha, ha.
them that it was their fault for not following instructions. You may remember us talking about Pokemon scalpers recently, and in that video we discussed the chaos surrounding the Pokemon vending machines that are causing a bunch of trouble as well. It turns out that Pop Mart has created their own vending machine called Robo Shops, and there are currently around 2,300 of them that are found across 30 countries. And just like Pokemon, people would alert other collectors about vending machine restocks, causing swarms of people to rush over to buy out their stock. Informed posters of the Labubu subreddit explained that these vending machines had to be locked outside of normal business hours to combat employees from buying all the product, as well as people who would sneak into malls for the same purpose. And like you'd expect, people became infuriated by scalpers and obsessive collectors emptying the machines despite the massive lines behind them.
Bro, just... Dear Lord.
And soon, people began filming them and making posts to shame them, just like the Pokemon videos. It's just so beautiful how it all comes full circle. I mean, in one example, everyone waiting in the line was yelling at this woman and calling her inconsiderate, which she ignored happily, fully aware that she could make a ton of money selling them online, 100% off these StockX kind of things or eBay. Do you think they give a f? Like, I don't give a f. Also, any person who does that kind of shit, I think has no soul. How many times have you like been in line for something and you're kind of like, oh, sorry, and you like kind of rush out of the way because you just feel like you're like, God, I feel like I'm taking forever. Seeing a whole line of people and then just knowing you're like, I'm buying this whole thing. And not, that person has no soul.
Very inconsiderate.
Very ill-mannered.
Rude.
Very inconsiderate, but just seriously, I'm like, you're like a demon. You're like not human. Unless they just have Asperger's or something and they're like, I didn't know they were mad. Like yelling and throwing shit at you. I didn't know they were pissed. You know what I mean? At another Robo Shop machine in Arizona, a customer was screamed at for generously giving one of their extra Labubus to a little girl in line behind her. They were convinced that she was a reseller trying to make a sale in person.
To a kid?
Which infuriated them. Which also, the person that's screaming makes me think that they're a reseller being like, what the f?
My supply!
That's my supply!
You're outbidding. They're doing a Walmart, bro. They're doing a Walmart, giving it to free.
Give me, you little bitch.
That's my customer. That's my customer. Get away. I'll shoot you. I have a gun. I have a gun.
Grabbing a little girl. She's like... Other people would post angry rants after seeing people advertise their reseller stories on Instagram. And it goes without saying that many of these people are straight up addicted to collecting Labubu products. While some just want to complete their own mini collection, others take it to a whole new level, and it becomes nothing short of a Labubu addiction. A man named Joe Haggis posted to TikTok explaining how Labubus ruined his life. He reveals that he spends basically every night refreshing the website to buy more of them. He knows that it's unhealthy, but admits that he keeps doing it over and over again, even though he no longer gets any satisfaction from doing it. Gambling addiction at its finest. I go to the casino, I don't hate going in there, but I gotta do it. I just watched Making Mahoney, whatever. Have you heard of that movie? It's a Philip Seymour Hoffman movie where he's like addicted to gambling, and now I'm just picturing that movie except with just like, instead of like tons of chips, it's just like piles of Labubus, and he's at a table like messing with his glasses. One man vents about how he is literally going broke because he buys Labubus every week. Others compare it to online gambling, pitching the idea of selling their handbags to make more money to spend on Labubu. The thing that you wanted to decorate is now being used as fodder to just buy the thing that was the decoration to go on the handbag.
I don't need this. I could just hang these from my pants.
I could just hang it from my ears and my nose. I could just hold them. Another woman has admitted that the sound of the plush shaking inside the box gives her a dope.
Oh my, I look up and see my husband catch them. More debt, lol, we both have. Where is this insanity, folks? We're game to Pop Mart, they want. Got us wrapped around their fingers every single night for hours. I can honestly say that we've become addicted, and it saddens me for a bit, as we know we consumed by China anyways. We'll be posting my dupes in a week, so it's the ride law. Oh my God.
dopamine rush. And this woman, alongside with her husband, scrolls through the website for hours every night. She claims that Pop Mart has the two of them wrapped around their finger, but still ends the post announcing that she will show off the recent additions to her collection within a week or so. And of course, things can always get worse when it comes to popular collectibles, right? There's nowhere these people won't go to make an easy buck or to add to their vast collection. So we gotta talk about all of the Labubu related crimes that are happening right now, because people have started hooking their Labubu products onto their handbags and other wearables. There has been a noticeable increase of Labubu theft. These are sneaking up behind people and snatching them. And one woman reveals that while at the mall, she could hear a couple plotting to steal hers off her belt loop.
Someone messed up my chair, bro.
I love that idea. I love that idea of like hearing someone behind you. It's like me sitting there, that fat right in front of us, like holding on my Labubu, like looking at its face, looking up at me.
Do you think that these people are trying to steal it, or they're just annoyed with the craze, like they hate Labubus?
I think that people that are stealing it are trying to make money off of it.
And bro, do you see how much it costs? Of course they're trying to steal it.
It is actually people that are addicted and they're just like, I'm not gonna buy it, but I'm gonna snatch it. I love them, but I like can't pay for them. I like steal them off people. They're too expensive.
They're literally crack, you know?
It's like almost like a Robin Hood thing. It's just for the rich.
Do you think people carry around their $9,000 Labubus?
Yeah, dude. You know how many times I've gone out in public? Like, let's say like we're
It's the same thing as like wearing expensive clothes, bro.
going out or we're like at an event in like
They're just asking to be robbed.
LA. The amount of times I've seen like a 5'4", 86-pound girl wearing like a $25,000 Gucci bag. There's like 10-year-olds who could come up and like beat the hell out of you and steal. You know what I mean? Like you would.
I'm gonna go to LA. I'm just gonna bring in a pocket knife. I'm gonna come back, be rich.
would think that you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna lock that up.
I'm not actually gonna do that, YouTube. That was in Minecraft.
But I think people are just like peacocking. Yeah, you want to show it off. Yeah, you don't have this poor bitch is what they're saying, like that kind of thing. Sorry, bitches, that kind of thing. Even though realistically, I'm like, I feel like a guy could just run up, punch you in the face, and just grab the and run. But I don't know if that happens as much as we probably think it would. And that's the scared part of your brain.
According to Twitter, I see it all the time.
So on Twitter, everything, yeah, that's true. Because, yeah, that actually makes sense, yeah. I mean, one woman who was working at 16
At a hospital. So this is like a doctor or like a nurse?
hour hospital shift, put her lanyard down for only 2 minutes to go to the bathroom, and she returned to find her Labubu had been stolen from her lanyard. It was so bad that people started posting tips on what types of clips could be used to replace the cheap ones that come with the product, just to make it a little more safe. Be like, just
I get titanium steel clips, bro. What do you mean?
it's in safe hands, I swear. Just recently, a man was caught on CCTV footage stealing a Labubu from a collectible store in Malaysia. The man put boxes into his pants, exiting the building to drop off the supply before coming back and repeating the process several times, quite a bit. Stealing from a store is one thing, but how about a full-on break-in? In California, a man had his car broken into after a thief saw Labubus displayed inside. Kind of like, you know, the same way that Pokemon's on like a dashboard. Yeah, he has that, and he's like, oh my god. Just takes his fist and drives it through the window. They're mine.
Yeah, his hand's bleeding, but he doesn't care.
Yeah. Have you seen that video of the guy where he punches his wife still? He's like, oh my god, Stacy, call the police! Ah, and he's like dying, and she's just like recording it. Blood's like everywhere. It's a lot of blood. The man was an avid collector
It's
of
glass, bro. What do you expect? If you punch glass, it's gonna hurt.
Labubu products and reported that 3 of his were stolen in the robbery. He pleads for people to never leave a Labubu.
Man, don't punch. If you want to punch glass, punch, what's it called? Sugar glass, because that's the glass that doesn't hurt you. But car glass, not car window glass is sugar glass, I think. Like, it doesn't hurt you, but still don't punch glass. But like home window glass that's in homes, that's the real glass, bro. That's the glass that's sharp.
In your
I messed up my hand. I think I still got scars like on my hand because when I was younger, I actually picked up a shard of window glass because a lot of our windows were broken. So was barely because of me. I broke one window in this house. But I remember window glass is just extremely sharp. Bro. Don't punch windows.
car, please! As the products he lost were worth a combined $144.
It's not that much compared to the $10,000 I just saw.
Not the worst.
I'd be more upset that they broke my windshield.
I can't believe $144 of Labubus and with his window shards of glass going in his eye.
Someone broke into my car that I left over at a gay bar, and he stole a $5 USB cord.
I lived
Why were you at a gay
Into my
bar?
car that I left over at a gay bar, and he stole a $5 USB cord.
when I lived in the ghetto in college. This guy broke into my car, stole everything.
And this guy lived in the ghetto for real. He was a thug.
USB cords changed, and the only thing he left were my 3 Creed CDs.
But nobody wanted to steal that.
That's what pissed me off the most, though, because I was like, motherfucker was making a statement, dude. I was like, fuck you, dude. That's why I feel like I became even closer to Creed then. I'm like, you know what? We don't need him. We got each other. That was me. All the shit in my car gone, should have been dead on a Sunday morning, banging my head. But the police didn't.
That's a thief too, bro. Of course, if you got something nobody wants to steal, may want to evaluate, you know?
Not do much to solve the situation, lightly confused over why his plush toys were important to him. The scale of these robberies go far beyond a simple smash and grab, and in fact, some people are straight up targeting entire shipments of products. A ton of brand new pop.
This is like, what's it called? In Prohibition era, where mafias would like target alcohol distributors, bro. What is this? Is that what they're doing?
Mart toys sat inside of a truck
Is there a Labubu mafia?
in the UK, waiting to be delivered
That's
for
the UK, of course.
their official in-store release. Before that day
Have a
could come,
hiccup
thieves
still.
broke into the vehicle in the early hours of the morning, and they stole over $200,000 worth of product. One of the people that broke in they're still on the loose. They don't know where they're at. And while some risk their lives to steal piles of Labubus, others make their money scamming people from the comfort of their own home. In Cambodia, a couple created a fake pre-order page for Labubu products on Facebook. They were successfully able to convince tons of people into paying to pre-order their non-existent stock of Labubu, only to be left with nothing in return. And by doing this, they were able to scam people out of a collective $60,000 from a
Oh, it's only okay, bro. Thailand. This is. Oh my god,
fake Facebook page.
bro. Get your currency in check, bro.
It's just so great.
2 million equals 60,000, bro. What? That is. I'm not gonna say it.
Which they were eventually caught, and police reported that their home was covered in luxury items like watches and expensive clothing. They were arrested and their assets were frozen. And one of the most bizarre crimes to come out of the Labubu scene got so caught up in the Labubu craze that he started being targeted by loan sharks. In Malaysia, a 23-year-old man named Chen wanted to purchase tons of expensive Labubu products in order to resell on the secondary market. As the market prices changed, he ended up losing around $23,000. He panicked, realized that they didn't have enough money to stay afloat. He decided to get help from loan sharks to make some of his money back. Never
go to loan sharks, bruh. Those are the type of people that will actually kill you if you don't pay back your loan.
Hearing what his parents would say if he asked them for help instead. That's some real Malaysian shit right there, isn't it? I don't even want to ask my dad. I'll just ask the guy who's going to break my knees if I don't pay him back. But because of this, he eventually sat on around $7,000 worth of loans that he was unable to pay back. And by the time he finally confessed to his parents and asked for help, the loans had reached over a whopping $11,000. He didn't just
It's only 11. Well, I don't want to say only. I expected like $100,000, you know?
reach out to one loan shark. However, he went to 12 different loan sharks, and 2 of them angrily requested a much higher return after the hassle he had put them through. And while the parents paid off 10 of the loan sharks, it was the final 2 that started making his life hell. They started posting embarrassing photos of him around his family home and even threatened to splash him with red paint, which is a common intimidation tactic and used by loan sharks in Malaysia, meant to shame them into the eyes of their peers and family into paying debts. The authorities eventually got involved and are looking into the case. Listen, every day it seems the world of collectibles is becoming more and more degenerate. It's a shame that people can't just enjoy a charming little plushie without running the risk of being assaulted or having their property broken into. And if you're in the need of a quick buck, maybe try doing something that isn't just being a public nuisance to people just trying to enjoy collecting a little fun thing and having to rescalp everybody's personal hobbies, okay? And if you're going to any late night drops in the near future, be safe out there, because I still feel like this is something that's going to keep growing, and it's going to keep getting a little tricky, a little odd.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Bring a piece.
You gotta bring a gun. Also, like how almost every story we read where it was just men. I like how men are just like collectively like, I don't give a what collectible it is. I'm going to scalp it. All the girlies and stuff are like, oh my god, it's so cute. And then guys are just like, I have got to get my face.
I guess the men are more about the money, and the girls are just like, hey, this is nice.
Listen, there's probably female scalp. I'm not saying there's not female scalpers out there, but that's still just a.
Yeah, one of the photos was a female.
I'll definitely love have a guy, probably like a Chicago Bulls jersey, shows up and just like collects all of them. He's like, we're going to stop.
It's like sucker punches someone, just right hooks them.
Gax. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
What the hell is that thumbnail? Yeah, well, that's the end of this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. See you guys later in the next one. Bye.